Today we're going to make purple cabbage soup with ground elk meat. It is a very delicious and nutritious soup for a cold winter's day. Purple cabbage is loaded with vitamin C, so it's an excellent source of vitamin C when there's illness in the house. And right now, since all the kiddos have colds, I decided to use purple cabbage in today's recipe.
We're all set, so making some soup.
Are you vlogging?
Yeah.
Are you really?
Uh-huh.
No, you're not.
I just started. Say hi.
Okay, so this is Sunday morning, so we're making soup and bacon bread. And these onions are incredibly potent, so I gotta wear my goggles. So, just gonna make some healing soup with onions, cabbage, mixed vegetables, elk bone broth, garlic, herbs de Provence, some carrots, and some celery, and some liquid aminos and some apple cider vinegar. And that's the bread. Into the Instapot, we have 1 pound of ground elk. We have a couple tablespoons of avocado oil, 2 stalks of celery, and 1 large yellow onion. That's just going to saute until everything's tender and the meat is brown. Okay, I've got 4 cloves of garlic. I'm going to add to this Instapot while everything sautés. Okay, so right here I have about 3/4 of a cabbage that's all chopped up and ready to go into our pot to saute with the elk meat, the celery, and the carrots. I added a little bit of salt and pepper. The next thing I'm going to do is add a bag of frozen organic vegetables. Some salt and pepper. I added a lot more than this, I just didn't catch it on video. So a lot of pink sea salt, fresh ground pepper. And then we're going to go ahead and dump in, this is some elk bone broth I made a couple weeks ago. It's been sitting in the refrigerator. It's really, really, really jelly and really, really, really fatty. So that's going to be super good and nourishing for my kids who all have runny noses right now. We are the Runny Nose Coalition in this house, except for me. Of course, I'm always healthy. Always not. So the elk broth has a lot of marrow on top, so that gets solidified, so you just have to break it up when you pour it into your soup. And I'm going to do 4 of these jars. Okay, so since I added some salt to this to taste, I'm just going to add a tablespoon of liquid aminos and see where the flavor is at. And I'm also going to do 1 to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar in our cabbage soup. I'm going to start out with 1 and then I'm just going to taste it. But everything still needs to cook. All of the cabbage is still raw. It's really good. So we're just going to let that cook for about 30 minutes and let all the vegetables get really tender. And then once everything in here is tender, night before last I made a bunch of potatoes and carrots. I actually pressure cooked them in the Instapot the other night. And so they've been pressure cooked, so when everything is done cooking, I'm just going to add some of these carrots and potatoes to our soup. This is our soup, and right now we still have the chunks of fat and marrow. So everything has not quite cooked through, so we're just going to let this simmer for about 30 minutes, and then we'll come back to it and add the rest of our vegetables. Okay, so right now our Instapot is on soup. I don't think I'm going to pressure cook it. I think I'm just going to let it boil away. I'm going to cover it up. I might even turn it down to slow cook and slow cook it on medium. To this soup we're going to add a tablespoon of herbs de Provence. And I don't quite have enough. I need to make some more. So I'm just going to sprinkle in a little bit of marjoram and rosemary and thyme. And herbs de Provence usually has a little bit of lavender, thyme, rosemary, citrus peel, and marjoram, and a few other things in it. So there's my bread going off again. Okay, so we're just going to sprinkle in a little bit more rosemary. And I'm terrible about measuring things, so I just go by flavor and I adjust as needed. Whenever I add stuff, if I need to add something else, I will. So I almost had a tablespoon of herbs de Provence. So I'm just going to sprinkle a couple other little things in there. There we go. And this is going to simmer for 30 minutes.
You can.
Our soup has been simmering away for 30 minutes. I went ahead and added the potatoes and carrots, and it's all ready to go to be served up to my family to eat for a nourishing lunch. Thank you so much for watching today, and I hope you enjoyed this holistic homemaker recipe.